consistency. I guess still looking for that, and how do you put it together?
Yeah, obviously, our defense wasn't a highlight of this trip, and it's just something that we all need to come together again and just be able to execute. Because we see flashes of how good we can be defensively in games like Nebraska and Indiana, and we just need to carry that onto the road, and that's just our next step in becoming a great team.
Assume you'll probably going up against Garcia a little bit. You've seen him before. What's the challenge?
Obviously he can kind of do it all. He obviously hit that game winner against Michigan, so coming off a really good game, and but he can shoot it, he can drive it. So it's going to be a great test, and obviously another great big guy that I'm able to test myself against, and I'm just really looking forward to this matchup.
How good is it to be home again, playing at home? You guys have obviously been a lot better team at home so far.
Yeah, I love playing here. I'm glad to be back. Obviously, LA was, outside of basketball, it was a pretty fun trip. It's good to be home and play in front of our fans again.
I think you guys went to a Laker game, right?
We did.
What was that like, seeing LeBron and everything?
To be able to see the greatest basketball player of all time, it's pretty unreal. I was able to check something off my bucket list. That was one of my things. So, I just had a lot of fun being able to do that with my teammates and have fun, create memories. It was a blast.
So he is your pick as the greatest of all time?
Of course, hands down.
Okay. Who would be number 2?
I'll give it to Mike. Mike's 2. I'll give Mike 2.
Freeman mentioned that playing a small ball lineup, you got to rely on the guards a little bit more to rebound. Does that make things tougher on you, being the one true big man out there?
Yeah, but I think, there's been times where I've been able to show that I can step up, and I need to do that more consistently. I think so. But there's also a lot of pluses. We get, multiple ball handlers out in the court and being able to push it in transition. So there's definitely his pluses too.
What did you see just in both of those games as like kind of the big defensive issues?
Yeah, just the consistency. We need to lock in we can't take possessions off, and just lock in every chance we get to stop the other team, and just being consistent on that end of the floor.
So can you tell when you're taking a possession off defensively? Like during the middle of that possession, you're like, this doesn't feel good, or how do you sense that?
I think kind of based on the outcome.
Okay.
If they score or not, or if we get a turnover. So, because when we're really locked in, I feel like it's really hard to score on us. But we need to stay that engaged and that locked in throughout the whole possession.
So do you ever watch another team? Because I watched Wisconsin play USC right after, and USC was really struggling to score. Do you ever watch them? Like, man.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts when you see something like? Did you see the Wisconsin USC game?
I didn't. I watched like good bits and pieces, but obviously we try and focus on like our own thing. It's hard to look at another team and kind of pick what they're doing, because Wisconsin, they start 2 7-footers, and so it's hard to. We don't really like to compare ourselves to other teams.
What's the challenge for you guys if Peyton can't go tomorrow night? I know it's iffy maybe, but if he can't go, what's the challenge for you guys?
Yeah, I just feel like next man up mentality. We have so many different guys that can step up, and obviously that puts a little bit more weight on other people's shoulders. But I think we'll be good. Obviously, we want him to play. He's a great player. He's our leader. So, but if not, I have enough faith and trust in our guys that we're going to step up.
It's always important to win at home, but with your record now, it seems like I'm saying a must-win, but just the importance of this game, winning these next 2 at home.
We kind of take it one game at a time. Every game is that important for us. So obviously we're gonna do what we can to win, and after that we're gonna look forward to the next one.
Fran mentioned ball screen coverage being a thing that you guys are working on defensively. Obviously, you're involved in that a lot with your guys setting the pick. I guess how do you improve, but also how are you operating in that? Are you reading your guy? Or are you still watching the ball? Like, how does that go for you?
Yeah, obviously I kind of gotta stop the ball and can't get dragged out, and I gotta get back fast enough so then guys can rotate. So just being able to stay in that coverage and do that consistently, I feel like that's the key word I've been saying. But just doing that every time, and obviously being the only like bigger guy out there with a lot of wings and guards, I gotta move around a lot and just stay in front of those guys for sure.
Obviously, it's tougher to play on the road naturally. But is there anything else you've noticed that's different from what you guys have been able to do at home versus on the road?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we quick shoot the ball, or we'll get a good defensive possession, but then our offense possession isn't the best after. So we got to really string together those plays, and I think it'll all come together. I mean, obviously, those are games that we watch film on and take notes, and we'll just be better on the next one.
But you get a big win against Nebraska, come back win, carry it into a win over Indiana, and then you have 2 road losses. As you go up through these ups and downs, how does the team maintain the confidence that you guys had coming into the month?
Yeah, I mean, we just all stay together. We can't let anything separate us, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come together even more, and we know that the season is full of ups and downs, and we just got to stay the coast and can't ride the waves of the season.
Has there been anybody who's been vocal the last few days, or?
I mean, obviously Peyton, as our leader, has brought us together, but we've just all kind of collectively gotten more close, and can't let these 2 games separate us.
Defense is obviously the first thing we're all talking about,
Mm-hmm.
but the offense struggled in the first half against UCLA too. I guess, what's your assessment of how you guys maybe right the ship there too?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just trust our guys. I mean, we can't just overthink things. We got to trust our talents and just get out in transition. I didn't feel like we got out in transition as much as we normally do, so that's something that we can definitely do, and just piece together more key plays, and I think that was kind of just like a fluke game because normally our offense is pretty good, and so obviously we're gonna have games like that, but I mean, when you have games like that, you got to get stops on the other end, so it all kind of just works together.
All right, thanks.